Okay, so hey guys, so this is gonna be my experience of the Sorrel Weed House in Savannah, Georgia. I went there in August of this year. And I was just waiting for the right time to kind of tell my story, kind of tell my experience. And seeing as it is closer to Halloween, I figured, it's either now or never. So, um, now let me just get started in saying that everybody is different. You don't necessarily have to believe this. The only thing I ask is that you please respect my beliefs and I will respect yours. Okay, so let me get started. The Sorrel Weed House is, or the Francis Sorrel is a historic facility located in Savannah, Georgia. It represents one of the finest examples of Greek Revival and Regency architecture in Savannah, and was one of the first of two homes in the state of Georgia to become a state landmark in 1954 at 16,000 square feet. It is also one of the largest houses in the city. The Sorrel Weed House is open for historic Savannah tours. The opening scene of the 1994 film Forrest Gump was filmed on the rooftop of the Sorrel Weed House and is a popular tourist stop. The scene with a floating feather through the Savannah sky pairs the rooftops of other buildings occupying the Madison Square, as seen from the very top of the Sorrel Weed House. The scene is then sliced to a scene of another church located on Chippewa Square, when ultimately Forrest is seen sitting on a bench. Now let me just clarify something really quickly. If you do the tours of Savannah, the historic Savannah, during the day, they will tell you that everybody comes to Savannah and they always do the tours and they always want to see the bench where Forrest Gump sat. And I was kind of excited. I was kind of excited to see that too. But that was, unfortunately, that was a prop that the film crew put there for ha-has. So that's just a big misunderstanding that people like to do when they go to Savannah, is that they like to go and see the bench and take pictures on the bench that Forrest Gump sat, but it's not really there. It was just a prop, a set prop that they put there, so yeah. Okay, where was I? Forrest is sitting on a bench, okay. The house was investigated by TAPS during a special 2005 Halloween special episode of Ghost Hunters. The house was also featured on HGTV's If Walls Could Talk. In March 2008, it was also investigated by the Ghost Adventure crew in 2014. So it was actually investigated this year. I think they said it was March of this year. I'm not sure. So the history of the house. The house was designed by Charles Chalky, I don't know, in 1835. The house was completed in 1838. So I'm just gonna call him Mr. C. Mr. C also designed the old governor's house, the old governor mansion in Millgrave, Georgia. Millgrave, blah, 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 blah. Can you tell I'm half asleep? Georgia. The house was built for Mr. Francis Sorrel, and he was born 1793 and lived till 1870. A wealthy shipping merchant and esteemed Confederate Army. Yeah. Wait. In 1859, a purchase agreement was made by the prominent. Esteemed citizen of Savannah. One of his sons was General Gerbert Moxley Sorrel, and he was born in 1838 and he lived till 1901, one of the youngest generals in the Confederate Army. In 1859, a purchase agreement was made by the prominent Savannah businessman Henry D. Weed. He took possession of the house in 1862 and renamed it in the Weed family until 1914. The Sorrel Weed House has a reputation for being one of the most haunted buildings in Savannah. People claim to see figures in the windows and hear disembodied voices inside the house. The connecting carriage house behind the main house was said to have housed a female African-American slave who was murdered by the member of the family. I'm going to get into all that after I read you the architectural style. The National Trust Guide to Historic Places makes architectural comparisons between the Sorrel Weed House. Thomas Jefferson's Monticello, I think, and William J. Owen's Thomas House in Savannah. Although clearly a Greek revival, the earlier registry influences are prominent. And that's just the whole house. This may have to be done in a couple of parts because I'm already at 6 minutes, so I'm going to stop recording here, and then I'm going to get into the whole my experience and some of the backstory on Savannah. So I may have to make 3 parts. So.